Hi everybody, for this week I'm going to take a different turn. Instead of doing a language learning app or tool from the teacher's perspective, I'm going to be doing one from the student perspective because I too need to learn an additional language if I want to better converse with my students. So today I'm going to take you through Babbel. Babbel is kind of a personal language coach, as it says here on the screen. Kind of works like a tutor would. So it is for individual student learning, at least the way I'm going to use it here. So this is its about page. Their purpose here is to create mutual understanding through language. So it is more for a conversational, I think, tool, but it does offer more than just conversational tools, and we'll get into that in a second. As it says here, it is the most sold language learning platform with over 16 million subscriptions sold. So to jump off that, yes, it is a subscription service, so it is not free. You do have to pay for either a 3-month, 6-month, or full year, or I think it even offers a lifetime subscription where you just pay a flat out fee. So right now I'm operating under the 3-month option, so it will obviously be the more expensive option if you continue that method. I'm paying about $16, I think, a month for it, so you have to do it as a lump sum for 3 months. Same thing for the year method, and then of course the lifetime. So it does increase in price, but for the higher tiers, you just pay like one flat fee and it's cheaper if you wanted to do that route. So to keep going, it is 60,000 lessons across 14 languages. So languages are limited as far as what you would like to learn. It usually goes off the most commonly spoken languages across the globe. So the one I'll be showing today is Spanish because that's the one many of my students speak as their first language. But it does offer 650 plus certified language teachers. So there is actual live settings into it, and I'll show that in just a minute. So is it just web-based, or does it have an app? It does have an app. So if you are a Android or iPhone user, you can download the Babbel app and use it that way. It does have the online classes that are live. And then, of course, if you are using language for business, it would help with that as well. They have their own separate Babbel for business. It did start in 2007. It was founded in Germany here. And then the app went live in 2008, the web app, and then the mobile app in 2010 when the phones were on the rise. Looks like the US opened a first business in 2015. And then the business aspect of the app was 2017, and it's grown since then. Live classes just in the last 4 years. And then some free customized language courses for the Ukrainian refugees. So it does have a community outreach for those in need. And then, of course, here we got 2023. It acquires a Toucan browser extension. So it has grown as an app over the last, bad at math here, about 18 years. Yeah. So it has won awards. Offices in New York and Germany, Berlin. Okay, so for the next part of it, we'll look at what the user would see. So for me as the user, I chose Spanish as the language that I would like to learn. But up here, you can actually add more than one as you're paying for the subscription, so they don't minimize how many you can learn as far as that goes. And then the ones it offers here are Danish, German, French, Indonesian, Italian, Dutch, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Swedish, Turkish, and then they do differentiate their Spanishes. One is the European Spain Spanish, and then the one I've chosen, of course, is the Latin American Spanish, as that's the students that I work with primarily. So on the home page here, today it shows, the lesson that I started, ¿A dónde fuiste? So I did a little pre-lesson to see how much I knew. And it was just 3 questions, but that gets you kind of like a ground level of what you know instead of just being a newcomer. So my level, of course, is not high. It's beginner, because I can read it fairly well, but speaking it, hearing it, that is completely different aspect of the language learning for me. It even offers the learning plan. So Unit 1, I started with preguntas abiertas, question words in Spanish. You can review it after you've done it. And then, of course, start the next lesson in the sequence. There's a recap at the end. And then, of course, moving on to different units. You can also explore more courses. The Find Your Level option is how you find what level of the foreign language you are at. But you can explore more courses here by level or by topic. And then there's a grammar guide and even some podcasts in that language that you're learning. You have a newcomer/beginner and intermediate. So let's look at the courses by topic. So when you're signing up for Babbel, it does ask you what primarily you're learning the language for, whether it's just for your own personal knowledge gain, if it's for school or business. So I did choose it for school, as I am the teacher who teaches English. So grammar building blocks, business Spanish, skills, industries, daily life, vocab boost, and it even tells you how many units are in each topic. Because I chose Latin American Spanish and not Spain Spanish, discovering Latin America is a topic here, saying it right, and then of course extra practice here if you need it. So if we go back by level, newcomer 1, newcomer 2, and then mine started at beginner. So I did start at a few levels higher than newcomer, but still pretty early on. Up here, this is the homepage it's not the homepage. This is the homepage where it shows you your own learning plan here. So you can start with the word of the day, translate today's word. So they vive in a big house. So that would be, of course, live, because vive, using Latin roots. And then you come back tomorrow for a new word. So it does give you a word of the day, one you can use in practice for the day. And then you have a streak. So new streak started, learn every day to keep it alive. So it does kind of have a little bit of a gamified aspect for it. And up here you can see your streaks. This is my day 1 because I just opened this account today. And then you get little freezes on Mondays if you want to keep your streak going and forget to do it. Then up here, you got your profile. You can invite friends as well. Give them like a discounted referral, and you get some money for that too. The live aspect, let's do that next, because that was pretty interesting that I saw here. So live aspect, it deals with your learning plan. You can even schedule classes to do. So for like my beginner one, my scheduled classes, I could have some here that I could see when I was going to have class. It shows you how to join one, or what to expect in one, and then your teachers down here that are available. And that's just a few, but you can see all. And then you can even see upcoming group classes where you're not just the only ones in the class. I think 6 is the top amount of students you can have. Even tells you time, what time. I'm assuming it's in local time. So upcoming private classes where it's one-on-one, shows you the specific person, what times they're available. So let's see, Manuel here. You can see his private class availability. He teaches Spanish. He speaks Spanish and English, but it also shows you his level. So his English speaking is about, intermediate, moderate, and his Spanish speaking is proficient. So it gives you a picture of who they look like, or what they look like. If they have interest, they can put them here. Then it tells you a little did you know here that they can teach you from A1 to C1 level-wise. So that was a cool aspect that I thought about the app that makes it more likely to be used. Of course, need more options here. So let's see, there's the review portion up here at the top. You got your daily vocab workout, shows you your vocabulary, any saved items that you have. And then last would be the Explore. Oh, sorry, we went to the Explore already. That was the courses by level and topic. So that's from the user standpoint. And then quickly, I will just go here and show you that, yes, it does have an app, like I said. Gives you the lessons on there as well. Shows you the language here that it offers. And then if you want to take it a step further, they do have this thing called the Babbel magazine, where you can look up different articles here in the language that you're learning. So pop into conversation guide, how to introduce yourself. It gives you the date. So it is like little articles that pop up to help you work on your reading, your comprehension, and all those things. So overall, I think Babbel would be good for individual users if you were planning to commit to learning a language. I would not say it is beneficial to students in secondary or elementary because it does cost, so you'd have to have a parent to help provide for that. And it is fairly pricey, given that you have to pay for it then at least 3 months at a time. So yeah, probably not students in secondary, elementary, maybe students in a college setting if they're willing to pay for it. But adult learners would probably benefit the best from this, those that already have a career in whatever they're doing, and they're just trying to learn a language to either move up in their career, move to a different career, stuff like that. So that's who I think would best benefit from it. Another con I would say was that it doesn't have so many languages that it offers, mostly just the most spoken across the world. But other than that, I think it would be a good tool for, like I said, adult learners, for myself as someone who needs to speak or understand Spanish from his students' perspectives. So yeah, thank you.